Hey, those of you that are talking about closed ecosystems, kindly shut up. Now, this is all fun and games. It's tongue in cheek. I got this notification and I saw the articles that Unity and Epic Games were getting friendly. Now, I use Unreal Engine. I do all that cool stuff. They recently, I won't say recently, but it's been a minute. They migrated the Unreal Engine asset store, basically Unreal Engine Marketplace, to a new store called Fab. And what I noticed was the moment you went into Fab, it had Unity assets. It had all kinds of stuff that was that related to Unity. And I was like, that's interesting that these two seemingly are kind of playing in the same playground. Little did I know that they were going to go this route. So, what's going on here? Well, a lot of big businesses are finding ways to work together because in working together, they see the results of earning more money. And if you actually think about it, all this separation in terms of all this stuff just makes things very challenging in terms of game development. Now, they haven't gotten to the point where, you can easily just take a Unity game and click a button and it becomes an Unreal project or whatever it is. But there are some dependencies that have been working for a while. I think it's somebody built a plugin that allows for you to be able to write C sharp in Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine is a C++ engine, and people who don't know C++ but know C sharp, there's a plugin for them to be able to go ahead and write their code to function in Unreal Engine. It's fascinating. And this has been out for a number of years before even the Fab Marketplace. I remember when they talked about it, I was blown away. So these things have actually been building for a long time. And some people are, interpreting it as, it's probably a paradigm of, Fortnite and stuff, and all the above. And Lover, shout out to you. You pointed this out to me. You said, this is insane. This is crazy work. But, this is, as much as it's surprising, it's not surprising because some of the things have been coming together for a minute. Now, Game Over 30 says this, and he quoted it. He said, "This is big. With Epic opening the door for Unity developed games to be available in Fortnite, the UEFN framework, Fortnite continues to grow as a major industry platform, if not the primary industry platform external to Roblox." Do you know what they're trying to do? They're trying to make the perpetual game that makes games inside of games. That's what's going on. Those of you that are playing these console war games, you don't even understand how deep this conspiracy goes, guys. You are in the rabbit hole. You are. So check this out. These guys want to make a game, or they want to basically make games, or what we call platforms, where games are made and published. It's an entirely different mind bend paradigm. So here, inside of the UEFN framework, you're able to make all these games. And the limitations of these games and their differences are eventually going to start to, in a sense, break down. So now maybe you could only make these kinds of games because of these limitations or because of these rules and whatever. Eventually, they're going to start changing. And more, you're going to be seeing all of these games. Then there'll be a marketplace, then an entire economy within them. So the people who play these games, like say on your PlayStation, Fortnite, on your Xbox, right? They're going to start diving deeper into this ecosystem because if you notice the research, I think there was a research piece that was done a while ago where they said that these young generation cats identify more with the game that they're playing rather than the platform that they're playing on. For instance, I play Roblox. I play Fortnite. You know what I mean? I play Minecraft. That's how they actually identify the games that they play. They don't tell you, nor do they care where they're playing the game on. You'd have to actually ask. So where do you actually play this game on? Oh, okay. And they'll be like, well, I can play it on my phone and I play it on my Nintendo Switch that my parents bought for me. Or whatever it is. Or I play on my PC or a game, I play on PlayStation or whatever it is. That's secondary to them. So the primary piece is this. And Epic Games, they see this. They also realize that they can garner a lot more creators, right, into the ecosystem to pretty much come in here and do this. And this is what I think they're pursuing. Xbox looked at it and is like, shoot, we don't have this kind of ecosystem. We're the afterthought. When you think about this, the console is the afterthought. Because you can play these games now within them however you want to play. Xbox looks and says, yeah, we're going to go in there and We're going to take Game Pass and we're going to get Fortnite. And I know a lot of, old heads were not too pleased with that Fortnite edition there, but follow the bag. I'm not saying be happy with it. I'm saying you get to understand it when you follow the bag. And that's what they're doing. And you all know Microsoft, always the first to jump in there. If there's failure there, Microsoft wants to find out first. That's literally what they do, right? And everybody else is just watching them. Are they going to fail? Are they going to make it? And there's also nothing wrong, right, in being conservative or being reserved. The gaming industry is actually so wild and so weird. You feel me? So it may not work out for everybody, but that's actually pretty interesting at the end of the day when you kind of think about it. So that's where we are, I think, in my opinion, with the Epic Games and Unity collaboration going on. I mean, this was insane. I never would have believed it. But then, we started to see a lot of things going on. That's crazy. Tim Sweeney comes out and he's like, yeah. But this guy is, I think he's been on point. I think he's been on point, understanding the way gaming has been going, and has not necessarily been too interested in doing all of the little dabblings. Let me listen to this little clip.
Now, the industry response to our open cross-platform commerce solution has been really gratifying, and it sparked some extraordinary conversations. None of them were exciting than the one I had over Twitter with Tim Sweeney. But rather than tell you what we talked about, how about we just bring out Tim to tell us more? Please welcome our newest partner, the founder and CEO of Epic Games, Tim Sweeney.
Hey, you probably didn't expect to see me here. So at Epic we make this other engine, begins with a U.
That was funny.
But we also make the Epic Games Store, which hosts a huge number of awesome Unity games, and we make Epic Online Services and Fortnite. Recently we got together with Unity and we realized that we all share a common view of the need to support fair and open digital platforms. And one of the big challenges for developers now is the fragmentation of tools and publishing pathways. And just like the early days of the web, we believe that companies need to work together to build open and interoperable systems, and we're doing this now. So today we're announcing that Unity is going to bring their new in-app purchase SDK to all Unreal Engine developers.
That's wild. Oh my gosh, that's insane.
So this means that Unreal Engine devs, like Unity developers, will be able to choose Unity's in-app purchase APIs to handle cross-platform purchases, entitlements, pricing logic, and everything else, and to integrate the API once into their app and then have it work everywhere across all platforms and payment services. And this is really valuable now. Mobile platforms are finally opening up to competing stores and competing payment methods. I've heard me opining on this in the past, but it's happening now, and we're grateful for Unity to supporting it. And the ultimate goal is for developers to be able to build games and then deploy them anywhere they want, in mobile app stores, PC stores, on console, and in games that support developer-made content, like Fortnite and other things, which are a big and growing part of gaming. So today we're announcing a really neat collaboration between Unity and Epic that will bring games made with Unity into the Fortnite ecosystem.
Wow.
So So Fortnite is a huge game that hit 100 million monthly active users last holiday.
That's insane. 100 million monthly active users? Yikes.
And though it began as a little battle royale game that we built, over time it's evolved into an ecosystem where 40% of playtime is going to third-party content built by independent developers like yourselves.
I mean, it's not, dude, I just literally, I can't believe, I don't play Fortnite, but you can already see exactly what's going on.
And they're earning hundreds of millions of dollars a year from participating in Fortnite. And now it's going to open up to all Unity games, thanks to some really amazing network technology that Unity built that connects other engines into Unity through a networking protocol to make this work. So starting next year, Unity developers will be able to publish games directly into Fortnite, to appear in Fortnite's discovery system alongside games built with Unreal Engine, and to participate in the Fortnite economy as it evolves towards an open metaverse economy connecting all users and all engines. So we're really excited about this, and we're grateful for the partnership with Unity and to be able to work together to build an open and fair future for all gamers. Thank you very much, and thanks, Jet.
Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yo, if you still are here talking about console wars and console sales and all that, okay, maybe, I might be wrong, but I think that era of gaming is gone. It's flown out the window. Thanks for watching this, guys. Peace out.